Buongiorno, welcome back to the Italian campaign. So, it's June 1932. We still don't have a war, but at least we're almost getting somewhere with antagonizing Britain. They're building a lot of ships, they're repairing some ships. They just came out of a war with Germany, which I don't think it went too well for Britain. Germany has 0 unrest, Britain has 92. They are rebellious, and a lot of their provinces are rebelling. So I just hope they can get that under control in time before we start the war with them. Otherwise, they're just not gonna have a lot left to for me to take. So in this episode, I'm thinking we should design some DDs. I have some spare shipbuilding capacity now. We're still building a lot of the ships we designed in the previous episode, the battleships and such. Also building some cruisers for Canada. Just finished a bunch of cruisers for Sweden. So what have we got that makes it worth building DDs now? Well, we got the Mark 5 5-inch gun, and we have the where is it? Oxygen fueled torpedoes. Very long range torpedoes, and they are faster than the regular torpedoes. They have less detection range, less dud chance, and overall good stuff as far as torpedoes are concerned. We are like 4 years away from getting more modern battleships and a super battleship, and a year and a half ish from getting new light cruisers. So that will be interesting. Let's see, what are we building for ourselves? Building the that's the quad 9-inch gun cruiser. I got the advanced 9-inch gun before I started building the original one I designed, so I just went and did a refit and copy of the refit and built that instead. So that's why it has a different name now. And Padrona is kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit easier. Let's make some DDs. Okay, so we have we have 4 DD hulls to play with. Which one is the best? 84 hull form on modern destroyer leader. I think that's what we're gonna go with for the new class. These can be made very big. How big? That big. We're not gonna make them that big. 3,000 tons is still a very large DD. I'm gonna slim it up just a little bit. Cramped quarters? Yeah, I think so. I think we're gonna go with cramped quarters. Okay, the big tower doesn't fit when I made it slim. We can go with this one though. 4,200 tower spotting with radar, that will be quite good. Barbette tower or targeting tower. I think we're just gonna go with barbette tower. Like so. Funnels. Is that the one we're going with? Let's just put it down like so to begin with. Our other DDs have a top speed of 39 knots. That will be the goal here also, if I can make it work. Gear turbines 2. So far, it is working. I can drop down the range a bit. 16,000 kilometers isn't amazing, but it's okay. I can actually slim it up even more, I think. It doesn't need to be a fat ship. Main guns, Mark 5 5-inch guns. And of course the torpedoes. Are we gonna go quad launchers? 113, 127. I think we get more torpedoes per ton by going with quints or quads. Is that gonna work, or do we have to rearrange things? I think things need to be rearranged. I'll move this up a little bit. This will be both a gunboat and a torpedo launcher platform. Kind of torpedo boat, except not a torpedo boat, a DD. But not a pure gunboat. It's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like so, and a let's go with a small. Wow, there's a big barbette. Put it like that. Okay, 9 5-inch guns. That's not bad. Space this out a little bit because they're gonna grow once I make the torpedoes bigger. Do we have the tonnage to do this though? Might have to reduce things. We said 3,000 tons. Oh, now you grow. Do I want it? I don't want it to be this long. 2.9. No. 2.8. I guess that kind of works. I like this size. Anything more is just a little bit excessive for DD. Might still go down to quad launchers instead of quints. Crop 4, not that it matters that much. This is where we're gonna go overweight. Yeah, I knew it. Semi-ballistic and incendiary is fine. Let's go light shells. We can go cordite 3. Flash fire channels is not too bad. -2 hull weight for TNT 4. And someone asked why I was using TNT 2 instead of TNT 3. TNT 2 gives you -25 flashfire explosion chance, -25% flashfire spreading chance, and -25% ammo detonation chance. TNT 3 gives you -2.5% ammo detonation and -12.5% flashfire explosion chance. So a little bit safer, but not as safe as TNT 2. TNT 4 does not give you anything with regards to ammo detonation chance. Not that it matters that much with the DD, but with TNT 2, 1.4%, TNT 4, 2.3%, which is still pretty good. Good enough that I'm not gonna bother with, I can actually downgrade to barbette 1. Even with no barbette, it's still only 3.3%, which is decent. Now torpedoes though, how big? 24-inch with oxygen torpedoes. That gives us 18.8 kilometer range. So the oxygen torpedo range has been nerfed a little bit compared to vanilla. I think we're actually gonna go triple launchers here instead of quints. So, or just one single quintuple launcher. I mean, that could kind of work. We're still overweight though, and the ship isn't even finished yet. So, yeah, sonar 3. Radio for the gun aiming speed and reconnaissance bonus, plus 90% reconnaissance. That should make it easier for this to get pulled into battles. These are 39 caliber. Now they are 40, which is a nicer number. And they have decent range, decent rate of fire, decent pen even. At most DD versus DD ranges, which is like 5,000 meters, these can still penetrate 0.8 inches of armor, which is not great, but good enough to send a semi-armor piercing shell through a DD hull and make it flood. Let's see, spotting range 14,000 meters, pretty good. Detectability 4,000 meters, also pretty good. Yeah, like that for the turret armor. Okay, how much armor can we put? 1 inch on the main belt. That's probably more than we need. But I do want to have some armor, just not so much that it just weighs the ship down. Okay, we're 14% overweight. I think reduced shells is also not a bad idea. These will not be doing like long drawn out firefights. They're pretty much just gonna go in, sink some DDs with their guns, if it's a DD on DD fight, and then that will be that. If it's a larger fleet battle, they're just there to launch torpedoes. This is an expensive boat. Okay. Yeah, I think 24-inch torpedoes might be a little bit too much. We go 2 triples. We make them 22-inch. Kind of torpedo range, 17.6 kilometer torpedo range. Still not bad. Not bad at all. If I slim you down even more, -8, then back up to 2800. Building DDs is often a game of back and forth, trying to make things work. This is where I have to reduce things to make things work. I really don't want to compromise on speed. We're at -38% engine weight, which is not really enough. Let's just try and yeah, the turbo electric is gonna be just heavier, but I can turn it down like this. It's still heavier and more expensive. So that's 3,000 tons, 10% overweight, 17.8 thousand kilometer range. With turbo electric, it's more range, but it's also still more heavier. So yeah, we're gonna stick to the geared turbines for now. I have to reduce something, but I don't know what I want to reduce. 8.6 second reload with semi-auto. Don't save that much weight. 9.3 second reload. So we're going to keep the auto one. You weigh 45 tons. How much does a double weigh? 29 tons. We might actually just go with doubles instead of triples. And we might go with a single quad launcher. 3% overweight. We're getting somewhere now. If I remove the double hull, it's gonna flood a lot more, and that will lead to the ship dying. If I make it slower, it's gonna be hit a lot more often, which is also not good. The armor does not affect the weight, but it does affect the cost a little bit. 116 million. Okay, it doesn't have enough armor for it to make a change. I'd rather just keep the better armor and the +5 resistance bonus. Main deck is 0.6 inches. That's more than I need, I think. 0.2, probably enough. 2% overweight. %75% torpedo spotting range. So that is a worthwhile upgrade. It will allow me to spot torpedoes earlier. Semi-balanced rudder, 49 tons overweight. How to save 45 tons. The barbette doesn't weigh much. You weigh 64 tons, the secondary tower. If I go with a lighter tower, I will save some weight. $38 tons overweight. The lightest one is 39 tons. It is tiny. If I go with that tiny tower, and then move things around so it's more compact. I might even go to the next funnel down. It's not that much lighter. This is quite a bit lighter, but it doesn't have near the same funnel capacity. Let's go enhanced angled funnel. Okay, some weight has been saved. Some more weight has been saved. We are 10 tons overweight. No, makes no difference as far as weight is concerned. So I'm not gonna degrade my my rangefinder. Port weight offset. What is off center? Oh, the turret. There we go. 6 tons overweight. Two tons overweight. Oh, we're getting there. We are getting there. If I turn down the range, that saves a lot of weight. But also it risks the ship being out of fuel. Let's keep it at 2800 and go to just -9. It works. That works. Now I actually have some weight to play with again. Not a lot of weight, but some weight. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of torpedo armament though. I said this was gonna work as a torpedo boat, but currently it just doesn't. It does not work as a torpedo boat. And when I say torpedo boat, I do mean destroyer that is focused on the job of launching torpedoes. That's kind of the issue I've been having with most of the DDs I've built on this hull. There's just not enough weight to go around to mount a proper torpedo armament. Yeah, no. It still doesn't work getting the triple turrets. So we're gonna do what we did with our last flight of DDs. We're gonna make one DD that is primarily a gunboat, which is gonna be this. Which means, yeah, I'm gonna downgrade your torpedo armament again to a single triple launcher. Can I fit one more turret on this now? No. And yeah, that will be that. Does it really offer me anything over, for example, an upgraded Iroquito class? Not really. It's kind of the same thing. Let's save the design anyway and figure out what we're gonna do. Let's see if we can design another DD that is more torpedo focused, now that we have some very good torpedoes to play with. Modern destroyer standard. How big are you gonna be when you grow up? Not that big. Let's go -6. 39 knots. Oh, let's go straight to the minimal tower. Okay, yeah, I think this is I think this might be the ticket. Let's take a look at weights. 19, 18, 17, 15. It's not a big difference in weight, but come on, can you just sit next to the other one, like so? With oil 2 and gear turbines 2, that works. Now main guns are gonna try and do the same. Might just build this instead of the other one if it ends up working better, which I'm not entirely convinced yet that it will. Does it work if I just slim it down completely? Yeah, it does. Now this will probably not work once I add all the parts I want. Let's keep the semi-balanced. Let's not bother with the barbette or the maximum bulkheads. And they're gonna be decent sized torpedoes. Okay. Things are heavy. What I could also do is decrease them to 21-inch torpedoes. %3 overweight. We don't have what we need. Such are things. Semi-ballistic light shells, reduced ammo, Cordite 3, TNT 4, Auto 1 reloader, Coincidence Sonar 3, Radar RDF. Kind of important things to make this work. It looks better, I think, than the other attempt. But we're running into the same problem. 0.6 inches of armor. Yeah, we're running into the same issues. Oxygen torpedoes. Some armor is nice to have. Especially on the turrets if I'm not going to use any barbette armor. You know? %, overweight. Okay, that's 486 tons. Could go with this instead. It is smaller. It is lighter. It is not really small and light enough. Still 8% over. And then there's stuff like this, which is quite a bit lighter. It does not give me the same spotting range. 10,000 meters, still not completely terrible. Mm, 0.1% overweight, which isn't too much, really. We can make that work. If I go 20-inch torpedoes, 16.3 kilometer range. It's not amazing, but it does work. It does work as a DD. That can both launch torpedoes, although not that many of them, and gun things down with its main guns. Just not as good at that job as I wanted, but it looks like a decent DD. I think we're gonna save this and try and keep it. Now, Destroyer 4. That's the one my previous more torpedo-focused DDs were built on. And I still want to try and reach that 39 knot top speed. Yeah, 1200 tower spotting, that's just not very good. Gonna plomp down 2 big funnels. Might not need that. Might just go with two small ones. Okay, now we have weight to play with. This might be the new torpedo torpedo truck, so to speak. Actually, let's go one big and one small, so as to not have terrible range. Main guns, a single triple 5-inch gun forward. I can put one on the back too. Does that hold? No, it doesn't. What's the lightest tower available to us? That'd be this, the mini tower. Okay. Gonna do one tiny barbette on the back here. Now, torpedoes. Okay. This might work. I'm gonna cross my fingers. This might especially work if I slim it down. Okay, that turned you very long. Don't need it that long. There we go. That's the right size. Are these lifeboats gonna disappear? No? Okay. Okay. What's your detectability? 3,200 meters. Gonna try and not make it more detectable than that. But it probably will be. Everything you put on the ship is gonna make it more detectable. Let's again go light shells, reduced ammo. Core 3, TNT 4. Electrical 2 turrets. Auto reloader. Might actually just go semi-auto. And we're overweight. I go with 2 quads. Will it work? Aft weight offset. Oxygen torpedoes. We're a little bit overweight, and we're gonna be more overweight now. This might be a torpedo-focused DD, but it needs to be able to do other things as well. Because I can't always control what kind of engagement it gets. Okay, that's why the aft deck is... that's why it had aft weight offset. The aft deck was thick. 2% overweight. Not too bad, really. All things considered. I need my turrets to traverse quickly. $1945. Still 1945. Okay, electrical 2 is the best option, I think. $45 tons overweight. If I go with a smaller tower, is that even possible? I'm giving up too much spotting range. It's already terrible at 6,000 meters. Like, even with radar, it's gonna get outspotted by a ship with better tower spotting. I can reduce the range. I said I wouldn't, but in this case, I think I should. Actually, let's keep the range, but reduce the auxiliary engine and the shaft. There we go. No longer overweight, but yeah. Flash fire chance 3.2%. I can live with that. Oh, the aft belt is also thick. Does that mean I can up the auxiliary engine again? No. Well, kind of. No. Can I up the shaft? No. $1917. Electric 2 works. Okay. It's one of those upgrades that is lighter than the previous tech. Which makes sense, it's just an electric rudder system. Not necessarily that heavy. Yeah, 6 5-inch guns. I think that's kind of decent armament. And 8 22-inch torpedoes with a range of 17.6 kilometers. Which is not bad. What was our latest DD class? Indomito. Euro. Do I have any Euro class DDs in service? I think I do. Can these be refit and made better with better torpedoes? And possibly radar. Let's find out. Refit. Let's drop the barbette. Let's up the Krupp. So far it's similar to the previous DD I just designed, having a lot of the same compromises made. "23-inch torpedoes, though. Let's turn them into oxygen torpedoes. That does work. Can I give you your radar? That does work. Minus 7% gun length. I think that just might still work. 36 caliber. That's what I did to make them underweight. Yeah. I think that's our once again improved Euro class. 23-inch torpedoes, 18.1 kilometer torpedo range. Reloading is only enhanced though, but still 7.4 second reload time, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Coincidence 5 doesn't weigh a lot more. Sonar 3, even possible that too. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that is the, once again, improved Euro class. Only a 1-month refit too. Not too shabby. Let's do some refits and let's build some DDs. And yeah, I do still have some of the Euro class in service. So we're just going to refit those. And there they are in La Spezia and Mogadishu. One is in Messina. I need to remember to send that to La Spezia. And let's see. Yeah, we have capacity to spare. Let's delete the previous Euro design. Away with you. Pontiere. Is there any point in building this when the Euro class turned out to be better. Well, it has more bigger torpedoes. No, I think we're just gonna delete one of the ships we just assigned. The Pontiera class. 110 million for a DD. Oh my gosh. You're quite expensive. I think I'm gonna build 4 of you and spread them around. But we do need more DDs. I sold off all the old Sparviero class. We also have the Indomito and Iroquito class that are quite new. But also suffering from a lot of the same shortcomings. And then we got this. I want to build 4 of those also. And these 4 I want to put in let's see, northern Spain, La Coruña, where we have some other ships already. These 4 I want to put them like all around. Sumatra, Dar es Salaam. So these can get convoy missions and stuff. Do we have the Canary Islands? There we go. Do I have one more in Borneo? There we go. Alright. New DDs coming in. New cruisers coming in. Yeah, Canadian cruiser names. Money is in the red, but again, we're getting paid for all the stuff we're building for Canada, Sweden, and Australia. So it's not that bleak. And the economy is growing at a very healthy pace. So let's go next turn, see what happens. Nation British Empire Revolution. Unrest became uncontrollably high in the British Empire, and the government has been overthrown. The people do not trust Winston Cunningham due to his low naval prestige. He's relieved from duty and expelled from the country. And we get more tension with Britain. All this is adding unrest, which has gone... Oh, 20 is not that bad. Britain is now down to 0 again. They're now a democracy with a right-wing party government. And they're, again, growing their economy. Minus 59. Yeah, we're gonna get that war pretty soon, I think. We keep antagonizing them. What are we getting? What are we getting? Explosives? Tube powder 3. That is nice. So what tube powder 3 gives you over tube powder 2? Let's find tube powder 2. Tube powder 2 gives you minus 4 gun range and minus 4 reload time, which is good. Plus 7.5% base accuracy and minus 35 flash fire chances compared to minus 25 on tube powder 1. So tube powder 2 is safer and better. Tube powder 3 gives you a plus 1 gun range and minus 45 flash fire and explosion chances. So this is very, very good. And I think that is the best propellant that is available, at least in Dreadnought Improvement Project. In vanilla, you could In vanilla, it's kind of the opposite. 2 powder 1. All the 2 powders give you minus range, but you get more and more minus with 2 and then 3. So they get safer, but also less powerful. Here they get safer and more powerful. So it's straight upgrades. Yeah, we have a decent bit of tonnage to spare. What I want to do now is give the Perla class a proper refit. They're kind of reserve ships at this stage in the campaign, but they might become useful still. I mean, it's still a battle cruiser with a decent top speed that you can put some decent armor on. 29 knot top speed. Yeah, we're gonna up that. You need to keep pace with the other battle cruisers. 13-inch guns, 1350s. I'm thinking we're gonna go down to 12. We're gonna go quads or triples. How much will a quad weigh once it gets the same armor? Let's keep TNT 2 for now, because again, safer. Overweight, boom. Oh, it has already less armor than the 13. So, with the same armor, yeah, it's still heavier, but it's a Mark IV. So that's good. Reload time 42 seconds, 52 seconds. If I go down to semi-auto, give you standard shells, then it works. Are we gonna go, yeah, I think we're gonna go 12-inch guns on the Perla class. Decent modernized. Can we get better tower on this? Kind of, yeah. Advanced tower 6 is better than 7 enhanced. No, that's 6 enhanced. Okay. You're one of those weird towers. But this might work. We have a lot of new funnels now. Is one of them just magically a lot better than what we had? So it's gonna be quite an extensive refit, but it's gonna make the old Perla class quite relevant for some time to come. I can also reduce their armor because their job is now switching from like, main battle line kind of battlecruiser to a simple cruiser killer. No, you just won't fit there, will you? Ship is overweight by 1,000 tons, but we're gonna go down on the armor here. 12 on the main belt. It's not good enough still. Not good enough. Auxiliary 2, electric 2 steering. No, that's heavier. Is electro hydro lighter? No. But it's not that much heavier, so we're gonna go with it. 700 tons overweight. The range isn't even that good. Because the, there we go. 31 knots is doable. I think I figured out why this, with a better funnel. Kind of looks better also. It's 25.5 for both of them, so you're not a better funnel. You're the same funnel, just heavier. A large, wide funnel. It's also worse. I don't like the look of that. That's the one that fits two funnels. Okay. Sorry, 5-inch gun, didn't mean to remove you. That's the one we're going with. That looks better. And we can go with balanced boilers. That's gonna make it heavier again though. If only this had access to a secondary tower with a funnel slot, that would make things easier. What kind of spotting range do we get now? 19,000 meters. Not too bad for an old battlecruiser. I'll move you back a little bit. Are we gonna take these casemates off and add on some of the good old 4-inch guns? I think we might. Also, needs better citadel. I can now go to TNT4 because the flashfire chance went down to make the guns a little bit more potent. Actually, we're gonna further reduce the armor on this. Because again, this is a anti-cruiser kind of battlecruiser now. Yeah, we're removing the casemates. They have terrible arcs of fire anyway. And we're going to good old four-inch triple, well, 4.2-inch as it will be. 49 caliber. Still 49. 50. That's good range. And these have to be 17 to make them 40s, yeah. Like so. Alright, now we have the upgraded Perla class that will serve for I think quite a bit longer. These have been in service since the start of the campaign, and they now have a new lease on life. Yeah. Let's save that design. And that will be the end of the episode. kind of a short, thrown together episode just because I needed something to upload today. Otherwise, there would be nothing because we don't have a war yet. But we're getting there. Tomorrow is Shipyard Champions, but on Tuesday, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a war going and finally sink some British ships. Goodbye and take care.